All right. Well, seems like there's been another mass shooting. Well, it's gotten to the point where if we don't have one, starting to wonder if there's something wrong. This one took place in Idaho, in a middle school, by a young girl in the sixth grade. Now we're assuming that she's around 11 years old, and we're assuming that she's Caucasian. But there's one thing that went down this mass shooting that I got a real big problem with. As you can see, the title is called Disarmed and Alive. I'm going to tell you exactly what I got a problem with on Gangsta Talk, up right now. Hit it, Dane.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting creamed for the 9-5. Bro, yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game, going for mine.
Alright.
This is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the rib.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that used to live in riches, now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see it spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. Yeah, get you up, I get down for mine. Get down for this. If you want to put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. Get down for hands on the regular. Shit, man, moving over there. I get down for mine. Get down for this. If you want to put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. Get down for this. On the regular. Shit, I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't some place you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. Witness a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AK. You in a daze, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. My karma's a booty smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the street with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the street, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. If you want to put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the regular, shake it, baby, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for this.
Cut the music, Dane. Cut the music. I can hardly contain myself. Shout out to everybody who's coming into the podcast today. I'm extremely upset. Let me tell you why. I'm going to get right to it. You know, for all you sorry ass Negroes out there who always talk about it's not your job to protect the goddamn community, let me bring your attention to something. You the only motherfuckers walking around here with that kind of mentality. You're the only motherfuckers walking around here with that kind of mentality. That it's not your job to protect the life in your community. Every other race of people on this fucking earth protect the life in their community except you. You're the only motherfuckers walking around here with all kinds of goddamn fucking flimsy ass excuses not to step up and do what the fuck you're supposed to do as black men. Now, we lost a young girl named Ma'Khia Bryant simply because the niggas in that community failed to protect her life and was too cowardly to do what a woman did to save this child's life. We have a sixth grade girl who went on a shooting rampage in the middle school in Idaho, and she was disarmed, and now she's alive. And she had a gun. And she shot 3 people. And she was disarmed by a woman. So don't fucking tell me Ma'Khia Bryant couldn't have been disarmed. We're going to get right on into it. And they throw up the FBI real quick. Share the screen. Shout out to Mama Rain for providing the video for the day for us to talk about. Dane, where are you? Okay. Am I coming through, y'all? Okay, apparently there's something wrong with my audio. Give me a second, some technical difficulties. Okay.
Sorry.
All right, soon.
Sorry.
Please just do the FBI. Okay, do the
Yeah,
FBI
it's done.
thing.
It's done. Let me take down. Here we go. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright.
Fair use, fair use. Shout out to Mama Rain for providing the content that we're going to be talking about today. Throw it up there. Let's get this party started.
Okay.
This is from one of my favorite YouTubers, Mama Rain, who comes in every now and then, supports the E Nation.
All right.
A sixth grader shot up the school. Let's talk.
This here on a Thursday night, and we begin tonight with yet another school shooting. Authorities revealing just moments ago that the shooter this time is a sixth grader, a female student who opened fire, they say, hitting 2 students and a custodian before they say a teacher was able to step in and get that gun. All of this playing out at a middle school in Rigby, Idaho. The call coming in after the school day started. Multiple agencies responding. The school put on lockdown. Students describing huddling in their classrooms in the dark, the doors locked. The students then evacuated to the nearby high school, waiting for the parents to come for them. And as we have seen all too often, the tearful reunions. Students describing the sound of gunshots and screams. Tonight, authorities saying just moments ago that all 3 who were shot have survived. And ABC's Kana Whitworth leads us off tonight with late reporting.
Tonight, authorities say a 6th grade female student is in custody after opening fire in this Idaho middle school.
Today we had the worst nightmare a school district could encounter.
Just after 9 a.m. this morning, multiple agencies rushing to the scene.
A 6th grade female student retrieved a handgun from her backpack. She fired multiple rounds inside of the school and out.
According to authorities, the suspect shooting 3 people inside Rigby Middle School, located less than 100 miles southwest of the famous Yellowstone National Park. 2 students and a custodian sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. Lucy, a 6th grader, describing the terror.
We heard one gunshot, and then right after we heard another, and all my friends and I were freaking out, and we were hiding in the corner of our classroom with the lights off and the doors locked.
The school's 1,500 students going under lockdown. Lucy saying that after about an hour, they were evacuated from their classroom in a single file line.
there was caution tape blocking the hallways, and there were policemen blocking hallways too. And when one of the guys moved, I think I saw a little bit of blood on the ground, and I was helping my friends. We were all crying, and we were so scared.
The students then moved to a nearby high school, reuniting with their parents, the fear and relief etched on their faces as they embrace.
Wow, why would a sixth grader?
What happened?
Shoot up a school? I mean, what was really going on in her mind? She shot 3 people. She was apprehended by a lady teacher or counselor at the school until the police officers got there. But I'm trying to figure out what is going on. I mean, it's another mass shooting. We're going to see how many people talk about it. I'm Mama Rain. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day. And don't forget to leave that comment. Bye.
All right, that was Mama Rain. Shout out to Mama Rain for bringing this up. Now, here's a couple of things I got a problem with. Okay, Dad, you can get it off screen. Here's a couple of things I got a problem with, okay, what the Negroes don't do. You notice that there were 2 white men in the video. One was a police officer, and another one was probably a principal at the school or something like that, right? See, this is what other races do. They protect the life in their communities. You notice that they show the smallest and the most a little girl-like girl that they can find, right? Because you see, what that does is that gives the image that these were little kids. You understand? And then the men are talking about it, right? It looks like they are taking control of the situation, and they're protecting life in their communities. Now, this girl, sixth grader, I think she's somewhere around 11. We can only assume that she's Caucasian. We don't know that for sure. We can't find no information on whether she's Caucasian or of some other ethnic background. So we're just assuming for right now, because it's Rigby, Idaho, and I don't think any Negroes live out there, that she's Caucasian. All right, so she gets up, she pulls a gun out of her backpack, and she starts shooting. Now, this is a young girl with a gun, and she's shooting people. And they protected this girl's life by disarming her. They knew the police was going to be called. They knew the police was coming to the situation because 911 was called. Rather than let her continue to shoot and get lit up by the police, they protected her life by disarming her. This was a young girl with a gun, an active shooter. She was disarmed. Why am I harping on that? I want to say it one more time. She had a gun, and she was shooting people, had already shot 3 people, and she was disarmed with a gun. Ma'Khia Bryant had a knife, and she's dead. This girl had a gun, shot 3 people, and was disarmed and was subdued when the police got there, and she was taken into custody without incident, and she's alive. Ma'Khia Bryant was taken to the morgue. She's dead. Now, let's talk about why this is. Because other races of people, the first thing they do is they protect life in their communities. They protect the lives of their children. They knew what the situation was. They knew that this was a little girl who freaking out. They knew that if the police get there and saw that gun, they was going to shoot her regardless of the situation. Well, we could assume that anyway, right? They didn't take any chances. They disarmed this little girl, and when the police got there, she was subdued, and taken into custody without incident, and she's alive. But Kaya Bryant, the people around her, allowed her to spill out into a street, get into a fight, and the father, instead of doing what this woman did, the father decided to get into the fight with her and fight alongside her like a gangbanger and allowing her to be murdered by a police officer. Never thought about disarming her. Never thought about protecting her life by disarming her. The same thing that happened in this situation here, where this little girl was disarmed and she was subdued. When the police got there, it should have been the same thing with Ma'Khia Bryant. When the police got there shouldn't have been nobody with a knife. She should have been subdued, probably sitting in the house somewhere, and it should have been a conversation. Other racist people protect their own. For some reason, we got Negroes that don't want to do that. We got Negroes that want to make all kinds of fucking excuses. We got Negroes who are cowardly and scared. Oh, she had a knife. This girl had a gun. Understand something. Ma'Khia Bryant had a knife, but she never stabbed anyone. You could say she was about to, but we'll never know that now, will we? Because she's dead. But she didn't stab anyone, didn't cut anyone either. This girl shot 3 people and was still disarmed, and was disarmed by a woman. So you're gonna tell me all of these niggas sitting around in Ma'Khia Bryant's neighborhood, not one of these niggas could have disarmed that little girl who had a knife? I wonder what the manosphere's got to say about this one. Oh, there go Mama Rain. Shout out to Mama Rain. Yeah, Mama Rain, we're talking about it now. We just did we're expanding on your video. And my thing is, you got a bunch of niggas, males in the community, failed to protect this young black girl's life. Here you got a woman who disarmed a shooter with a gun, who already shot 3 people. I hate to keep saying this, but I want to make sure we understand the situation. She had already shot 3 people, and she was still disarmed, and disarmed by a woman, no doubt. You got niggas standing around and couldn't disarm one girl with a knife, including the father. The father is out there acting like an immature, punk-ass gangbanger rather than protecting the life of his daughter. So this little girl, who we can only assume is around 11 years old, I think that's the age you are when you're in the 6th grade. 11 years old, took a gun out of her backpack, started shooting people, got disarmed, subdued, and is now in custody, and she is alive. Ma'Khia Bryant is dead. Ma'Khia Bryant should be alive too. She should be alive too. This is the type of shit that really pisses me off. This is the type of shit that fucking makes me extremely fucking angry, because you got cowardly Negroes keep talking about, well, she had a knife, she had a knife. Well, this girl had a gun. What do you have to say now? All you manosphere cats that was shitting on Ma'Khia Bryant, what do you have to say about this situation? Probably nothing. You're probably going to act like it didn't happen. You're probably going to act like, oh, it's no big deal because you're afraid of white folks. You're ass kissers. You are You guys are giving white dudes fellatio. Anything to excuse the fact that you are an absolute colossal failure in your fucking neighborhood and you don't protect life in your neighborhood. It is your fucking job to protect life in your neighborhood. When you look at this video, courtesy of Mama Rain, shout out to Mama Rain, the white men in that video, they made sure they showed the white men in that video taking charge of the situation. And the white men in that community was spinning the narrative to make sure that that little girl wasn't demonized, even though she shot 3 people. It's still one of their own. And they made sure she wasn't demonized. And then they took I'm sorry, hold on one second. They took the spotlight off of her by showing the tiniest little white girl with frizzy hair that they possibly could. And they did that to let you know that these were kids. These wasn't adults. These wasn't kids acting like adults. These were kids. And they're going to keep calling that girl a kid. They ain't never going to call that girl anything else other than a kid. And they're not going to allow anyone to say that the girl was big. She was a big 11-year-old. She was big for her size. They're not going to say none of that. They're just going to call her a child. They're going to call her a kid, even though she shot 3 people. And this is what black Negroes, the male Negroes, don't do for the children in our community. You let them classify our children any old way they want. You let them call our children adults. You don't fight back. You don't say nothing about it. You don't get out in front of nothing. You don't do any goddamn press conferences to try to control the situation. Y'all don't do shit. But sit up here and complain about not getting dates, complain about black women, spewing hatred, and talking shit about how you shouldn't be the ones taking care of the community when you should be. What them white men did in that video, you should have been doing in the Ma'Khia Bryant situation. You should have disarmed her, and then you should have been talking to the press, spinning the fucking narrative. You should have been showing everybody that you were in charge of the situation, you took care of the situation, and you're spinning the narrative, and you should have been calling Ma'Khia Bryant a fucking child. I don't give a damn how big she is. We got big kids. So what? They're still children. You should have been calling her a damn child. You should have been calling her a kid. This child here, this child there. You should have been spitting the narrative. You should have been in control of that situation, just like these white men were. They controlled the narrative. And you notice that they didn't even show the teacher that disarmed her because she was a woman, right? There's a reason why they didn't show that woman. Because the white men want to appear in control of the situation. They want it to look like they have complete control of their community. That's why the white woman wasn't shown. What you niggas do? Sit up here and let people get killed. You let that young girl get killed right in front of you. You did nothing about it. You did nothing to save that girl. Like, this is exactly what I was talking about, how the elders, the adults protect the life in the goddamn community. This is a perfect example of it right here. Young girl goes off, starts shooting people, right? The first thing they do is think about protecting her life. That's exactly what they did. Nobody thought about saving Ma'Khia Bryant's life. Nobody thought about disarming her. We got a reckless father who's engaging in the fight with her. Again, like he's a teenage gangbanger. And sat up there and watched his daughter and allowed his daughter to get shot and killed by a race soldier. that we don't even fucking know if we could pin this on because of the situation. I keep hearing people say, no, I don't want to hear about it, man. He was wrong. He was wrong. I don't know about all that. I hope he is. I hope he's wrong. But anyway, I blame the Negroes in that community for not protecting her life. Yeah, bro. Shout out to bro Rob. Exactly. The grown-ups took charge of the situation. They controlled the situation from beginning to end. Again, this little girl was disarmed by a woman. She had a gun, people. You got your sissy bimps complaining about Ma'Khia Bryant had a knife. This girl had a gun, and she shot 3 people already. And was still disarmed. And she's still alive. She's alive. Our young child, our young sister, Ma'Khia Bryant, is dead because the men in the community failed to protect her life. The grown-ups in this girl's community protected her life. Even though she shot 3 people, they still protected her life. And you know what they're going to do with her? She probably ain't going to jail. They're going to get her some therapy. Why? Because she's a child. And they're going to continue to call her a child. They're going to continue to call her a baby. They're going to continue to call her a kid. And they're not going to let nobody in the media say anything otherwise. You ain't going to be able to call her big for her size. You ain't going to be able to call her, well, she looked like a little grown lady. They're not going to let you get away with that. They're going to keep her in a child's place, and they're going to get her some psychiatric help. She's not going to jail, especially now because nobody died. So she's going to get therapy. They're going to get therapy. And then they're going to probably, like if you get a follow-up on it, they're probably going to say, oh, well, you know, she was in a really bad place. She was a child. She was overwhelmed, but she's getting the help that she needs and stuff like that. That's the way they're going to spin this. They're not going to make that child out to be a criminal. And I'm not mad at them. That's their job. It's their job to protect their own. How come we aren't doing it? It's our job to protect our own. How come we aren't protecting the life in our community and then giving press conferences after we don't protect the sanctity of life in our community, then give press conferences and spin the narrative like these other races of men do? Since y'all want to be like white men so much, how come you're not copying this? They protect life in their community. How come you're not doing that? What, is that the part of the white man that you don't like? You love everything else about him. How come you won't copy this? He protecting life in his community. Copy that. Let's see you go out here and be brave enough to protect the life in your community. And this really, really bothers me. This really pisses me off because it makes us look real bad. I don't know if we can look any worse, but this makes us look worse than what we already look. You have 2 situations, 2 young girls, both deadly situations. Both should have survived. At the end of the day, the shooter had a community behind her, a community that gave a damn. That's why she's alive. Ma'Khia Bryant had a community that didn't give a damn about her. That's why she's dead. And the leader in that situation is her father, because he was the first one to not give a damn about his daughter's life. He was the first one. Everybody else is irrelevant. The father was the first one to not give a damn about his daughter's life. And he should have cared the most about her life. And he should have done the most for her life, to preserve her life. He should have put himself in harm's way to preserve the life of his daughter. Sorry about that. I was distracted for a second. So this is, hold on 1 minute. What is this? Okay. Sorry, I had a whole bunch of stuff I was dealing with. And so Dane,
Yes.
this little girl's alive and Ma'Khia Bryant is dead.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
And she's dead because she had a knife. This little girl's alive and she had a gun. You see how black men, how our race, the niggas in our race, don't protect the life in the community. They don't protect life in the community. How many more we are going to lose simply because the niggas in the community won't protect life in the community? And like I said, what's really bothering me the most is that this young girl, even though she went on a shooting spree, still had a community behind her, and they cared enough about her life to disarm her and preserve her life. And they're going to try to get her some help later, if she's not already receiving psychiatric help now.
Hmm. Yeah. You probably want to find out what the cause of it.
And like I said, Ma'Khia Bryant's father is probably one of the worst fathers I've seen in quite some time. And I've seen some bad ones. He's probably the worst I've seen in quite some time. I don't know how you get any worse than what he did. Not protecting his daughter's life. Oh, excuse me.
Oh. Well, we assume that we assume that she's white.
Yeah, I assume
Hmm.
that she's white, Caucasian. We don't know what it is, and we don't know what she is yet. We're just assuming because of the area, Rigby, Ohio. I mean, not Ohio,
Idaho.
Idaho. I don't even know where that's at. So I doubt if there's any Negroes there. If there's one Negro in that town, I'd be shocked. But anyway, So we're assuming that she is Caucasian. Yeah, at this point, they're not going to care anything about what her motive was because now they got her in custody. They can spend it any way they want. They're going to say, well, yeah, she had an issue, she this, and that, but we're getting her the help that she needs. See, the best thing that happened to this girl, other than being disarmed, is the fact that she didn't kill anyone.
Mhm.
So now they ain't got to send her to jail. They can send her straight to a mental hospital. They ain't got to say anything. Got to worry about sending her to jail. And they're not going to allow her to become a criminal. They're not going to demonize her at all. See, our children get demonized by whites and blacks. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm still a little groggy.
Mhm.
All right, then give me your take on what's going on here. Do you see
Well,
these similarities between her and Micaiah Bryant?
well, I see it was not dissimilar and uneven. This girl actually shot somebody. They
Uh huh.
shot Micaiah on the assumption that she was going to stab somebody
Mm
and that she was attempting to kill him.
hmm. Mm hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, not taking to the fact that she's a child, she wouldn't exactly know. There was a chance that she could have been about to hold a knife to the woman.
Uh huh.
She could have got it a non-lethal area, which gave you time to grab her and pin her down.
I can't get over this, right?
Hmm.
She had a gun and she was still disarmed.
Yep. And that should be the hardest one to disarm out of the two. It'd
Hmm.
be like, oh, had a knife, just disarm her. The other one, she got a gun. It's gonna be harder to disarm her.
Hmm.
She was in the motion to stab.
Yeah, disarming
You
somebody with a
assume.
gun is kind of tricky. You got to trap the gun
Hmm.
and you got to be able to manipulate the fingers.
And then you got
So
to
it's a
get
little,
closer.
yeah, so it's a little bit harder than a knife.
But oh, they're afraid that they're gonna get hurt. A stabbing, a gunshot, which sounds worse.
Hmm.
Take over for a few minutes, Sam. I'll be right back.
Yeah. And
Okay, well,
the on that one, the police officer on the way. The police officer gun it was there for Makai. If she had stabbed somebody, you subdue her. You called the ambulance, said that the scene is secure. That person would have survived. Yes, they would have got hurt, but they would have survived it. Gunshot. Police ain't even there yet. The school is on lockdown. The girl just might have shot her third person, maybe, and
but you
then
see,
they came and subdued her until the police got there. So,
exactly.
mhm,
Yeah, but you see, look at the way they protect this girl, and we did not even protect our own as Makara rounds. She look at the way she was even having only knife. It's easy for you to collect a knife from someone than collect a gun. But look at the way this girl shoot 3 times, but still she was being protected. Even there was a cops over there, but they protect this girl, not being shooting or not being killed. Even he injured some people, but Makai Rhymes did not even kill anybody. But look at where he is now. He's dead. You see, this trying to makes we knows that hey, when we see something going on in our communities as a black people, we have to protect our own.
Yeah, but they thinking their own as themselves and their immediate family. They don't. They ain't seen that the rest of the community of black folks is your own too. Okay, so you didn't manage to protect her from dying. You could at least protect her in death. Stop letting them call her a woman. She's a little girl.
Exactly.
She's a young lady. She's a child. You could have protected her there, but no, 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 no. Didn't even try to protect her from there. You talk about her size. She's big for her age. That she's a woman. You let them keep calling her a woman, a woman, 16-year-old woman.
Hmm.
They trying to urge you. You couldn't attempt to prevent them from trying to alter the narrative. You couldn't keep correcting them. No, 16-year-old child, 16-year-old child, 16-year-old child, and you keep at it. Child, 16-year-old child, 16-year-old child, 16-year-old child, and you don't let them continue on
Serious.
you there and you talking to, you keep telling 16-year-old child. You don't let them continue on with the sentence until they say, repeat with me, 16-year-old child. Sorry, but that's an example. Go ahead, Abana.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you see, I was just watching this video and I was like, oh, we could have done better to our own. It is not our own alone, but they could have done better to save our own also. But because they decide that okay, we the blacks, they don't care about us, and they're trying to kill us instead of them to protect this girl, this 16 years girl, will die, will lose his life.
Hmm.
This is really, really bad.
Yeah. We also got to get out of the mindset that our own just means ourselves and our immediate family. Our own is your whole black community, the black people, your even if even it's just your neighbors, your neighborhood. Dang, that's a start. You walk past situations, you see it happening, but yet you go in the house. You don't even attempt to go, hey, what's this all about? Hey, calm down and stuff like that. You don't even say a word. You just, oh well, they fight and walk in the house. We already said the wrongs of the dad. Instead of trying to prevent his girl from fighting, he participate in the fight with her. Like he's the same age as her. He's the adult in the situation. Supposed to be calm. And the other neighbor, I don't know what's going on, but he was able to witness something going on. You know, he saw them running out of the house. He said he seen everything. That meant he saw everything from beginning to end. So he saw everything, but did and said nothing to after the fact.
Exactly.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and as I see more footage, he parks his police car. He comes out with the gun drawn. You don't know what the situation is. You know you was called to emergency, but you have your gun drawn. He was actually close to the pink lady. He got distracted by them coming out, and he saw his attention was on the lady on the ground that got kicked by the father. And then he turned around, saw Makai in motion, and just start firing. Then taking account, hey, you could have killed the person you was protecting. The lady in pink was right there too. Yep. So
Yeah.
What it would have said? Oh, it was an accident. I was trying to protect her. He couldn't have
Yeah,
stepped forward and yank her. No, no, he was afraid. I'm getting tired of these cops being so afraid that they have to pull out a gun. They have to use deadly force because they don't want to risk getting hurt. And the black men are copying them. It's dangerous. They say it's dangerous nowadays to approach people. Because you never know if they have a gun shooting. Okay,
yeah,
you, and
yeah, but they don't care. They don't care about pulling gun out because you see these cops that they've been pulling gun out to shoot instead of them to protect or to defend what is going on in the community. They rather kill the or they rather make the situation being high instead of them to end the problems. They will not do that because they don't care about the people.
yeah, yeah, but that's what even make it more worse. Is that the police does not see our community the same way they see theirs. Theirs get a tap on the hands. Ours are not giving those tap on the hand. So when he saw the police, he should have been grabbing his daughter. He could. He should have been. I got it. I got it. Point blank. He should have just grabbed his daughter. No, but because he
But
was fixated on getting a kick in, he let his daughter slide behind him, slide past him, and
yeah,
left it to
because she
the
don't
sweet
care about
nature
his
of
daughter.
the police. The police.
Yeah, because she don't care about her daughter. That's why she don't even defend or grab her daughter instead of the cops to kill her. Yeah, because when he care about her daughter, she could have protected and saved her daughter at that moment when the cops is around. But you leave your daughter and grab the woman instead of your daughter is there for you to save your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hopefully she didn't die in vain, and they learned how to do better. But since we've been going over this madness over and over again with these men saying all this crazy stuff, I don't think they're gonna learn. They either cheering on the bag guy. They're making excuses for why they he done what he done, and then they put it on the victim. She shouldn't have done what she done. She shouldn't have had a knife. She shouldn't have tried to stab. Child. Who's supposed to be the adult here? They're adults. They're not supposed to have the same mentality as the children. The father is supposed to have control of his emotion enough to make his child a priority, not getting revenge for her, not hitting back at the person that had hit his child. Protect your child. The police are there. They're not there to protect your child. You know how the police are. We know. You should have snatched her. You should have grabbed her and says, "Okay, we here now. We got this. You don't have to fight. I'm here." Those are the words your child should have been hearing from you. Yeah, you're supposed to have been hugging her tight, let her cry on your shoulder, and tell you what she been going through. You should have been there and said, "I'm here now," saying, "I'm make sure they get there. So the police know and everybody know how badly been treating you, so you can get out of here." We're gonna talk to the family, see who in the family can take you in, so you don't have to go through this anymore. I'll do whatever I gotta do. You know, talk to whoever I gotta talk to. I even move out of grandma's house if need be, so grandma can take you. Whatever. That's what the father should have been doing. He should have grabbed her, said, "I'm here now. The police are here. I got you. You don't have to fight no more. I got you. Calm down, calm down. Take some deep breaths, so you can tell the police what they've been doing to you, what's been going on." She would have still been alive. They would have been arrested, or something would have been done. You know.
Yeah. My win is too much. I think that's why I'm on mute. Yeah.
Well, I'm just assuming that was going on because they had called grandma, according to the big sister, they had called, or some statement, they called grandma, and I'm assuming grandma couldn't get there. So she called, because she didn't have a vehicle, so she called the father to go bring her there, to see what's going on, who's attacking her, the kids. Because I know the woman that pulled them back after uh, he kicked that girl and Micaiah got shot was his mother. But because of the situation and because he didn't do his job, the men in the community didn't do their job. The policeman got a freebie because the situation looked like he had to shoot her. No, there was other things he could have done, but hey, they're gonna go with what's easiest. What's easiest is to shoot us, to kill us. Because we're not their community. We're not their people. They could care less. As far as they concerned, we're dangerous animals. And what do you do?
Exactly.
What do cops do with dangerous animals? They shoot them.
You kill you kill
They
them
kill them.
because you don't want them to come and kill you. Dangerous animals, you have to kill them or shoot them to destroy them. That's what they did to us. They destroy us because they have been calling us we are dangerous animals. We are dangerous. We are and then they don't want to be with us. They don't want to be with us. They want to destroy us totally so that we will destroy. So look, I'm mad about.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta remember as black folks, we in the same category to white people and white cops as pit bulls, Rottweilers, and all these dangerous breeds. We're not seen as individual animals. Hey, yes, they see us as animals. They don't see us as human beings. We need to realize that they always saw us as animals. We just a dangerous animal off leash running wild as far as they're concerned. And since we're free and we don't belong to nobody, okay, you're a danger to the community. You got to go down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone. All right, we, I know we up in here are, men up in here are about the community, but for those outside who's been speaking that narrative of it's her fault, she shouldn't have. She's a big girl. She's a grown woman. Um, she shouldn't have had a knife. She shouldn't have went after that woman. Oh, she was about to kill that. We don't know that. She was in mid motion. She could have been about to put the knife to the woman neck. She might have just stabbed her in a non-lethal place, or she might have stopped. We don't know. She wasn't given that option. Nobody tried to, disarm her. They just wanted to stop her. The police just wanted to stop her, and they used the excuse that she was in motion. It looked like she was gonna stab that woman. We don't know. She might have. She might not have been. She wasn't looked at as a child. She was just looked at as a dangerous animal, and she was shot. She wasn't shot in a non-lethal area. They say it's hard to do that. And then he shot off 4 rounds. Why 4 shots? Could he just shot it once? But hey, I ain't giving him no excuses. You shot a child. I hope it haunts you for the rest of your life. That's the way it's supposed to be. Don't comfort yourself with the she was about to kill somebody. No, no, no. We don't know that. You shot a child. And every time I see you, I'm saying you shot a child. I want it to haunt you. I want to be in your eyes. So every time you see a black child, you're going to hesitate. Because, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to find alternate ways when you're dealing with children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't even try for another way. It was just, oh, she got a knife. Bam, 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 bam. And if you say, but he was protecting the woman in pink. The woman in pink was right in the shooting zone. So he didn't care about her neither. I don't know what you got this idea. So where he was protecting, he had to protect the person in danger. Right. Yeah, you protect them by shooting at them. You protect them by shooting in the vicinity. But hey, his quick action supposedly saved her. Okay. So either 911 did not relate to him, that there was children involved in the situation. Oh no, was 911 just ignoring it because there've been calls over there before? What? I want to know what 911 relayed to him when he was going over there. Did he hear the whole message, or did he cut off 911 saying he was en route? If the 911 used codes, what were the codes for? All right. Okay. But as I said, even okay, so you didn't protect her, kept her from dying. You could protect her life. Stop slandering. You gave them free will to say any and everything about this child. You know, she's dead because everybody failed her. Everybody, including the cop, the community, her parents. the foster parents, the adults in the community, especially the men who actually saw it happen, was there when it was just argument before it blew up. Everybody. Okay. So white folks get a shooter, their child live, their child's protected. No name, no pictures, nada. hmm Ours, she was plastered across social media. There's the videos are out all about. Some of them protected her face, some of them didn't. And then our very own men in our social media community was saying was talking about how big she was, talking about how fat she was, how she was big for her age, making them little underhanded side swipes, and that the cop did the right thing. He did what he had to do. He had to. They tried to use that to protect the other black woman. Excuse you. She's a child, and a child got killed. Adult was threatened to be killed. Yeah, she came at the woman with the knife, but hey, the woman could have grabbed her hand and gave time for somebody to snatch it out of her. No, she was too busy holding the dog. Hey, y'all did notice she never let go of that dog. So the dog was even more protected than her. Was more important than her own life. hmm I would have dropped it. I would have dropped the dog and grabbed the hand of the knife that was coming at me. Oh, or she thought she was protected by the police. Okay, all right. Um, let's see. The father failed her. The cops didn't think of, hey, while her back is to me, let me quickly run and snatch her knife hand. Maybe I can catch her before she stabbed the girl or the woman or whatever he thought she was. Um, no, I guess he didn't think he was stronger than a 16-year-old girl. Yeah, yeah. It seems like they it's all under the training the need to protect themselves. They can't. The thought is they can't protect the community if they can't protect themselves. Yeah. So yeah, that's the way to train. That's why when they're fighting is involved and the police been called, you try to break up the fight among children, among women, even among men. Although when it's men, you try to talk to them and and let them know, hey, the police is coming. I need to cut that out. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me a second. All right, everybody. It looks like we covered everything we can cover. We're not going to find any more information about that school shooting in Idaho. Um, we so and we covered how this is an example of how the black men should have handled the situation, or how they should have handled it after um after she was dead. You didn't protect her in life. Try to protect her in death. I know it's too late, but once you get them in the mindset that our 16-year-olds are grown women, by black men doing this, they made every 16, 15-year-old black child looked at as an adult, not looked at as trying to as a child that we trying to save. Oh, and it don't just go for the black girls. It goes for the black boys too. Y'all care so much about the boys, manosphere, who's gonna be future men. Did you not think that when you dog out and you make our children adult, that it's gonna roll into the boys too? So you not only are you a danger to the girls, you're the danger to the boys. All our children, all our 15, 16-year-old children will be looked at as an adult. Because you put it in their mindset that they're an adult. You think the girls are the only ones that are big for their age? Have you seen 6 foot 13-year-old boys? Have you not forgotten that? Okay. Now I'm finna go on to another rant. This is how y'all are not protecting your community. If you don't have nothing good to say, shut your mouth. Don't badmouth your community. Don't badmouth your people. Our children are supposed to be protected no matter what. Okay, you got an issue, with the black community. You're an adult. Deal with it with an adult. At least protect the children. At least protect the vulnerable. No. But all you care about, like the father, is getting to kick a black woman. So in your need to kick a black woman and make it all her fault and all that stuff, you just put your children in danger. You keep not making the connections. We all connected. You're just the manosphere. This father who chose to kick and to kick at a black, well, it turned out she's a child, another child on the ground, to participate and hit out instead of snatching his child and protect her. His child, he left his child vulnerable and in danger by y'all going after Micaiah, going after black women, not accepting that she's a child that needs to be defended in life and in death. You endanger all the children. You endanger your community. And you know what? I think some people have said it's right. We need to take y'all names down because y'all are traitors and y'all are endangering the community. And we need to kick y'all out, shut y'all down, quiet y'all mouths. If you have nothing good to say, apparently y'all never learned that lesson. Have nothing good to say, don't say nothing. Mhm. Shut your mouth. You're endangering your community. The police, the white society, the dominant society, they don't see us as people. They see us as vicious animals. That including you, the coons. They don't care if you're the lap dog. You look just like the vicious animal. Oh, they may say, okay, mine's is different. Is special. No. Deep down, you're just another dog. And they will they will shoot you just as quickly as they would the dog that's coming growling and is off the leash. Yeah, trust. Yeah. Soon as you're no good for them, they can't use you for their personal build up and emotional support and proof that they are not racist. They're gonna get rid of you. Okay. So I was trying to end the show, y'all, and I got ramped up again. You Negroes. Oh my goodness, you Negroes. Y'all so got a narrow tunnel vision view. Y'all can't see the stuff that's going around you. And y'all been doing this for decades. And the reason why it's more powerful now, we got social media. It's everywhere. And it's never going away. So, hey, get your minds out of your pants. Look at the bigger picture. And because you can't get your mind past your pants, women don't want to be with you. If you stop thinking about your pants and deal with your community, work with your community, work on yourselves, the woman will come. But hey, no. You want her on your terms. You want her enslaved, on her knees, begging and all that other stuff. Well, that ain't gonna happen. And if you find that type of woman and you get her, you're not gonna be happy with her. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Avanas, anything you want to say while I set up to go?
Oh, I'm okay with everything, Jeza. Okay, whatever you said, it's cool. And my phone is dying. I need to charge it, so I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So Max had his rant. I had my rant. Avnar just got his chance to say a few things that we're all in agreement here. Okay, so for you any Negroes that don't care about your community, or you don't care about Black folks, shut up. If somebody come to you, then you support your community. Hey, the child involved, you don't let them try to make our children into adults. You know the good dog and well, a 16-year-old is a child. So you don't let them have our children be adults. If you have to run them over with the term 16-year-old child, you gonna do it. Or you should. Well, let me correct myself. No, you should do it. Because you're putting your community in danger. We're already fighting this with them trying to make our children into adults and stuff like that. But okay, that's it. I'm gonna stop preaching. Let's peace, power, and unity, everybody. Thank y'all for all coming to the show and for listening to us and seeing the facts and stuff like that, and how for those who don't quite know how to protect their community, this is an example of what you can do. Yeah, for Micaiah, you can't save her life. It's too late. She's gone. We can learn from it, and we can keep trying to protect her image. Keep reminding them that she was a child. All right. Peace, power, and unity, everybody. Let's go out with some music.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game, going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. I'ma spark this line, kick the real.
Bang 'em out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. At the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive, peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5, Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me, bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off, using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off, hitting up spots, heating up blocks, investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine, I get down for this, and put it on the hands in the air. I get down for mine, I get down for hands on the regular, shit, turn over there. I get down for mine, I get down for this, and put it on the hands in the air. I get down for mine, I get down for this, and the regular, shit, I hear you wanna be a player, I ain't someplace you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. Witness a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. McCarver's a booty smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine.